All right, we're rolling.
Okay.
And
So today,
From the Fernando and Freddy Show.
Why isn't my name first?
hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Fernando and Freddy
Fernando and
Show.
Freddy Show.
I'm Fernando,
I'm Freddy.
just
He's
in
like
case
I
you
did.
forgot.
I did my finger like yours.
Wait, who is that? Wait, this right here is me, and that's Freddy. All right, you guys. So
no,
today we're gonna talk to you guys about totally random and obscure facts. I personally really couldn't think of many. Freddy thought of a bunch. Just kidding. So,
I was gonna say like, oh, I can give you a random obscure fact.
oh, tell me, what is it?
Oh no, it's just like I met Fernando. Just like so, like random and obscure. It's a fact, but it's not important.
A random and obscure fact. So, I met Freddy at the beach.
I was just thinking, what happened with the? How did I find you guys when your guys' phones died? Remember?
No, that our phones didn't die. That was
No, because I was meeting our mutual friend, and his phone died.
yeah, but that's before we met. That was like a
No, that was
previous
after.
time.
That was
Was
after.
it?
Yeah, it was after.
We'll discuss this later. So
Okay.
today on our totally random and obscure facts, um, did you know that lobsters pee out of their faces from right under their eyes?
Oh. Did you know lobsters are pretty much like immortal?
You know, I was reading about that. So a lobster could live forever.
Yeah. And have you ever seen like the one time I saw a lobster that was probably like a yard long in a grocery store,
Really?
and I was like,
And people could
yeah,
buy it, like to eat it, or was it just like a
yeah,
showpiece?
no, they could buy it. And then
So
later I
when I
found
was
out it's actually illegal to fish those because those are the breeding populations. You're not supposed to be able to eat those ones. So I don't know how they
so
got it. Like when you see these people doing these challenges, what's that mukbang challenges when they're eating
oh
the
yeah,
big
yeah.
lobster called things? Those are usually illegal because those are breeding lobsters. You're not supposed to be able to eat those ones.
Hmm. So when I was Googling to see if that was true about if lobsters really pee out of their face, I read this thing about how like when lobsters fight, they pretty much will like pee on their enemy or the other lobster, and like they pee on each other like when they're fighting. But I was also reading about how yeah, lobsters could pretty much live forever. But I guess a lobster like sheds its skin or its shell or something and like grows another
Yeah.
one. Um, so as long as it's able to shed its skin or its shell or whatever and like grow into another one, it could just really keep on living. And there was this thing about this article about people were talking about if a lobster really was able to do that, and there was like a devoted team to like growing this whale-sized lobster, would that be possible? And people were like, well, yes, in theory, it's possible. Like if there was like
As
a
long as they can
devoted team to
eat.
help it, but then it said that it burns so many calories and it uses so much energy, like de-skinning itself, like moving on, that it wouldn't be able to eat enough food in order to live and burn that many calories to get rid of its skin. So
To
that's
be
why
a
they died, I
whale-sized
guess.
lobster?
Yeah, like to
Well,
be as
but
big as
what
a
if
whale.
because
Could you
if they
imagine?
live in the deeps, so but you have the whales when they die down there, so the lobster in theory could just eat the big all the dead animals. It could scavenge, but then I guess it could. But I guess yeah, it just wouldn't be feasible.
Yeah. I mean, like even me, like if I was sitting down, like eating like French fries all day long, and maybe I took in like 20,000 calories, but
But that's
like
what
it,
you already do. You eat that
right?
chicken. Did you ever go on your chicken? Well, we'll talk about that later.
No.
I know I
Yeah,
forgot
no,
COVID.
not yet. Yeah,
So many
duh.
dreams
Okay.
not realized.
So, okay, so another one was scrunched. Is the longest one syllable word in the English language. Scrunched.
Okay.
um,
I'm like, is that really a word though?
yes, I like, like a scrunchie.
Yeah, but that's a scrunchie. That's a
No.
thing. It's a
Okay,
name,
well,
I guess.
I don't know.
I guess maybe scrunch.
Uh,
Oh, well, yeah, no, they add new words all the time. Maybe, yeah.
So
Scrunch.
here's one that might interest you. So at the time of the French Revolution, the majority of people in
Don't care.
France did not speak French.
No, they didn't. They spoke
So
Gauloise.
yeah, so it said that more than 50% did not speak French in 1789. So I thought that was
But it
crazy. Like,
but most of them, all of Europe, they didn't speak the languages we know now. They all spoke like Latin or variations of what we know
you're
today.
right. Yeah, that's what I was reading about.
Yeah, which is kind of weird though how militant they all are with their languages. Speak a
Um,
language as long as you can speak it.
right? Well, it's hard enough to do English as one, so I'll wait until I master this one to
No,
move on.
you can do. You speak Spanish, you liar.
Okay, so horses can't throw up.
Yeah, they die.
That's true. Yeah, so it's because the power of the cutoff valve muscle. And so I was reading that if horses actually do vomit, it just means that their stomach is ruptured, and like you said, they'll actually die.
There you go.
So,
Sometimes they live, but normally they die. Yeah,
so if you ever see a horse throwing up,
I don't
call
want
an
to.
emergency vet right away.
No, it's dead. It's no, it's too late. It's sad.
Um,
Next
so,
fact.
the letter Q doesn't appear in any state name.
Okay,
I mean, unless we're in Canada.
Quebec.
Okay, so bees, your little bees, they can
My
fall
pet
asleep in
bees.
flowers. Your pet bees, they can fall asleep in flowers.
They don't fall asleep.
And well, actually, I googled it and it's true. Um,
No,
and
bumblebees will sleep in flowers.
sometimes they can even hold their bee friend's feet. And this was all
Oh yeah.
true.
No,
It
bees
was all
always hold
true.
their feet. That's how they build comb. Is they hold each other's feet and they make a little chain, and then they start making the honeycomb. It's kind of cool when you see it. And the queen, I
Um,
like when she makes the noise too. She goes exactly like that.
Your fact. How much does a queen bee cost when you want to buy one?
Depends on the pedigree. You can get them as cheap as 10 or 7. Um, there's one person who does sell them in Germany for about 10 that have a pretty good pedigree. They cultivate them well, depending on what race of bees you want. The ones I was looking at was a Buckfast for this year. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with Italian or Buckfast, and it was 10 euros each one.
Okay. And how
Oh,
many would you?
Virgin Queen. Sorry, it was a Virgin Queen because I like to have them breed in the area.
Oh, so going back to the whole lobster thing and how, whales die in the deep sea, and maybe there is a whale-sized lobster we just haven't seen because here's another
Giant
random.
squid.
No, we've only explored 5% of the ocean.
Yep.
So, and I guess they just don't really map all of it because it's so expensive to do and they just haven't gotten around to it. That
But in theory, can't they use satellites to just do it?
I don't think so because the water is like so deep. So they like satellite
Uh,
wouldn't like we're
well,
talking
can't
about
they
like
make it?
water and
Why hasn't someone invented a water satellite?
good question. Hey, don't give away our trade secrets
Literally,
here.
it's. I know. I always invent things and someone steals them.
All right. So as I was
Hold on,
reading too,
I
like
gotta write down the water satellite.
in the gardening book, so I was reading through and just continuing reading this little like Reddit, and I saw like so many like acronyms. So you ever heard of the word taser? Like, I'm walking
Oh
through
yeah,
like
yeah.
a dark alley at night and I have a taser. Do you know what taser
Yep.
stands for?
No, what?
Thomas A. Swift's electric rifle.
Oh,
So it was like a fictitious weapon in like the 1700s. Like someone was like talking about like an electric rifle, and I guess that's where it came from. But just like in thought, and then it like progressed. But I thought that was kind of cool. Nabisco, National
wait,
Biscuit
but they
Company.
did. Oh yeah, I knew Nabisco, but I was just thinking back to the taser. You said the 1800s or 1700s?
1700s.
I didn't know they had electricity in the 1700s. I always thought that was a 18th century invention.
I don't know, but according to Google, that's what it said.
Oh, I guess yeah, they had those electric batteries where they made them with acid. That's right.
So WD-40, water displacement, 40th attempt. Time Magazine,
Oh,
International Magazine of Events.
okay.
M&M's, Mars and Murray's,
Okay.
Geico Insurance Company would be Government Employees Insurance Company. Here's another
Really?
one. Uh-huh. I mean, now it's like a totally public thing. I don't know how it started, or I didn't even care to look into it, but
Wait, did
I
you
have heard of
verify if these are real?
that. No, I did
No.
verify if these were real, but
Fernando.
I
So
just
these are all
assumed.
random fake facts from Fernando. That's all we have to
No,
say.
I looked up
You didn't
Taser, and
verify
that
they're
one was
real.
real, so I assumed the rest of them
Fernando,
were.
let me go right on this forum. Fernando stands for finding every real.
Well, no, I did look up Taser. That was real, so I assume these other ones were. And Geico I've heard of before. So here's another one, okay?
Okay.
Canola oil, Canada oil, low acid.
No, canola's it's a flower.
I don't know. We'll look it up later.
Yeah, canola, you can grow it. They
Nerf,
grow. I see it all here. Huh?
Nerf,
Okay, what's that?
non-expandable recreational foam. IKEA, Ingvar, Campard, Altard, Gunard. Don't know if that's true or not. I guess
You're
my
Swedish.
German, whatever,
No,
Swedish isn't.
Swedish.
Well, here's another one. Disney's Epcot. And Epcot EPCOT is Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. That sounds legit.
That one does sound legit.
And then Zip Code, ZIP, Zone Improvement Plan Code. I don't know. I think those kind of sound pretty legit to me. So we're going to let it roll. We're going to roll with it.
Okay.
And I was trying to think, and I'm like, what's a really random thing that I know? And like none of it like seems cool. So I just figured to skip it, and I would just use these that I read online. Can you think of any other ones?
And that's been an episode of Fernando and Freddy.
Thanks for joining us, you guys, on the Fernando and Freddy show. Like, comment, subscribe.
Bye-bye.
From the Fernando and Freddy Show.
Why isn't my name first?